Hey guys, welcome back to Consistent Code. So we will be solving today's LeetCode problem A. So the problem is count days spent together. Basically, what this problem is saying that we are having two-person, Alice and Bob, and we need to find and we are given the dates when Alice arrives in Rome and when Alice leaves the room, and also we are given when Bob arrives into the room and when Bob leaves the room. And the format in which they are given is like month, and then it's like 5 character string. First two characters will be the month, and the last two characters will be the day of the month when they arrive or they left. So we need to find the time which they can spend together. So the general intuition to solve this problem will be to plot these on a timeline. So we can suppose Alice arrives before, then Bob arrives, then Alice left, and then Bob left. So basically, what we can do, we can just consider the part, the one who arrives late, from there to the one who arrived early. So this will be the number of days which we need. And there could be another case also when you can see this case when Alice came, Alice left, and so in this case Alice arrives, Alice left, then Bob arrives, and then Bob left. So in this case we can see that there will be 0 days which we need to count because they are arriving and leaving at different times. This is time period for Alice and this is time period for Bob. We will arrive at an answer only when, suppose in this first case, Alice's timeline was this and Bob's timeline was this one. So we can see that there was a overlapping, and let me show this overlapping. This was the overlapping, and this overlapping is the time which we need. So when there is no overlapping, the answer will be 0. So now we need to see how we can code this. So in this problem, we need to use a lot of if else. So the best approach would be to create, first of all, create all the a vector to store the number of days. So this will be the days in months. So this is a vector of size 12 which will store the number of days in that month. So we can directly access the days of a particular month using this vector. And then we should create variables to store every information which we can get. So in I've created so many variables so that I can store the information when what is the this leave month and start month. What does this leave month means? Leave month means the if suppose in this case Bob is arriving early and sorry Alice is leaving early. So what is the interval which we need? The one who arrives late from starting from there to the one who leaves early. So in this case, leave month will be the interval, the one who leaves early. So in this case, Alice left early. And similarly, the start one will be the one who arrives late. In this case, Bob arrives late. So we will get the endpoint for the interval. Right. Now we are checking first of all this condition if there is no overlapping or not. And before that, I have also created some variables to uh, mark the arrived month of Alice, the arrived month of Bob, and other details like the leave month, leave date, and day and month for both arrival and departure of Alice and Bob. So first we are checking that if leave month is less than start month, that is the minimum leave month. This will be the leave month, the ending, and this will be the starting, the one who is arriving late. So if the leave month is before the starting month, that means there is no overlapping, and in that case we are returning 0. So I can say there is no overlapping in this case, and then we are checking for every condition which can happen. Suppose the month is same when they arrive and when they leave. So then we will be checking we will create an answer variable, initialize it with 0. Now we need to find the endpoints, the end and the start. So then there can be three cases that if the leave month and the leave month of Bob are same, then we can say the endpoint will definitely be the minimum of the leave day of Alice and Bob. And then we need to find the maximum starting point. So if we will consider the arrival month for both. If they are same, then the maximum of the arrival day of Alice or Bob will be the starting point. Otherwise, if Alice arrives, if Bob's arrive late than Alice, then the starting point will be the arrival day of Bob. And if Alice arrives late, then the starting point will be the arrival day of Alice. And finally, the answer will be the difference between n minus start and plus 1. Why are we doing plus 1? Because if suppose the start point was 15 and the end point was 16, then the number of days which they can spend together is 2, 15th and 16. But if we do 16 minus 15, we will get the answer 1. So we need to add 1 into it. So this is how we can do it. Similarly, we can consider another case when Alice is leaving earlier than Bob. In that case, our endpoint will be the Alice leave day, and we can do the same thing which we do above to find the starting point, and we can again return n minus start plus 1. Similarly, if Bob is leaving before Alice, then we can consider the end day as the Bob leaving day, and similarly we can find the start point like we found it above, and we can return n minus start plus 1. And one more thing, if n minus start plus 1 is positive, then only we will return that. Otherwise, if it is negative, we are going to return 0. That is, there is no overlap. And the next case, if this was the case when the leave month and start month are same, but what if the leave month is something like January and the start month is January and leave month is February. When there is leave when someone is living in the next month. So in that case, what we need to do, we need to again do the similar thing. We will create our answer variable. If we will consider if they are both living in the same same month, we need to find the leave day of minimum leave day who is living early. So after that, we will add that to our answer because uh, if it is the next month, then whole of those days should be considered. So we have added that to our answer here. And the remaining process is same as before to find the start and end point, and sorry, not start and end point, to find the start point and add those start points by subtracting the total days of the previous month minus the start point and adding that one. And last case can be when there are some months in between also. In that case, the procedure is same as before, and in the end what we are doing, we are considering the months which come in between them, and we are adding the number of days in those months in our answer. And then we are just considering if answer is positive, we are returning answer, otherwise there is no overlap and we are returning 0. So now let me show you by submitting this code. So it's an accepted, and I hope you like this explanation, and if you did so, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.